Hello everyone, Sanjay here with Solar with Sanjay. Today we're taking a look at the new BLUETTI Charger 1 DC to DC charging. And we're going to be installing it on this Audi A5. So what is the DC Charger 1 by BLUETTI? I'm glad you asked. What it does, it allows you to connect the box to your vehicle. When the vehicle is running, it'll use the power from the alternator, the excess power that's not being used for the car or the battery itself, to quickly charge your BLUETTI devices. My plan is to try it on this BLUETTI AC60. Let's get started. So what came in the kit? Of course, the DC to DC charger, the BLUETTI Charger 1, as well as this wiring loom. All right, so first we're going to take a look at the DC to DC charger, the BLUETTI Charger 1. Here we have some cables, some connectors, and some mounting hardware such as the brackets, instruction manual. And under this guy we have the BLUETTI DC Charger 1 itself. So this thing supports a DC input of 13.8 volts to 27.6 volts at 50 amps max, and a DC output of 15 volts to 56 volts at 10 amps max. Keep in mind this is a smart controller, so it's going to adapt based on the power station that you're connecting to it, as well as it'll intelligently monitor the car to make sure it's just capturing the excess power and that the car itself is actually running so you don't drain the battery. Now let's take a look at the installation kit. So in here we have all the cables to be able to connect the Charger 1 to the car battery itself. It does contain a circuit breaker, I'll call it, but I would always recommend anytime you're connecting something to the car battery to connect a fuse. This technically doesn't serve as a fuse. So close to the car battery, I have two options here. I have this fuse I purchased on Amazon, as well as the car I'm using. I may try these glow plugs as well. These are rated at 80 amps. This is rated at 100 amps. I think you should be good somewhere between the 60 to 80 amp range. I always like to overshoot just a slight bit in case I'm connecting a larger power station. So now the first thing that you're going to notice with this particular vehicle is you pop the hood, where's the car battery? It's not here anywhere. You can take a look at the inside. You have the engine, you have some basic electronics hidden behind that panel up here, but the battery's not located here. It's actually located somewhere else altogether. So in this particular vehicle, the battery's actually located here in the trunk. So that means we could either take all the stuff out and be able to get access here. That means we need to remove all this, including the spare tire. We'll keep this guy close by just in case. Okay, so there she is. There's the battery. Again, under the spare tire, under the tools. You can see there's some other wires in here. I currently have a sound system hooked up. My plan is to basically run the battery to the DC Charger 1, the BLUETTI Charger 1. Run the wires up here and hide it in this little compartment. That way when I'm not using it, it's out of sight, out of mind. And when I am using, I can open this and be able to connect it to a battery. It looks like in my case, in order to gain access to the positive side, I will need to remove this bracket as well. Okay, so with the bracket out of the way, I can get full access to the battery. Okay, so glow plug fuse didn't fit. I couldn't find the right bolt. But to happen. That's why I like to have a plan B. So plan B, we're gonna go ahead and use this fuse here. Should be pretty simple. We're gonna go ahead and just cut somewhere here, close to the battery, usually within the first foot or so. So I'll probably just kind of split the difference to go like right here. And then we'll go ahead and wire in this fuse right there.
Alright, so I have the fuse holder wired in. I'm going to go ahead and leave the fuse out for now. I'm going to make sure this is also switched to the off position, so if I do decide to put the fuse in, I don't have this touch the bare metal of the car and short. Let's go ahead and put this in the car. Alright, back at the car here. My plan now is to wire the positive over here where I have my cable for my sound system going, and the ground over here where there's an existing ground built into the car. So again, normally if this is live, you want to do the negative first, is what I've heard. In my case, nothing is connected, nothing is live, no fuses, so it doesn't really matter. The other nice advantage of this is since I've connected further down the path there, I'm not sure if my car has a small alternator or not, but this way if there's a sensor built into there, this will be after the sensor, which is what you want to do. Make sure everything is nice and snug. You don't want anything coming loose on you. Alright, not bad if you ask me. Next step for me, I'm going to put the trunk back together.
Alright, at this point in the process, I'm going to put the fuse in, again making sure the circuit breaker is turned off on the other end so there's no shorting. Make sure everything's nice and snug, so nothing comes out on you. Let's keep going. You might see there's a little bit of an access hole here. This is where cars that don't have a spare tire would have an air pump. I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap my fuses here. So if I need to see them in the future without having to take everything out, I have a little bit of easier access. Alright, so you can see the way this works. Put these nice connectors on the end already. You need the tool down there and an Allen wrench, loosen those guys up. Go ahead and connect these. On the output side, similar, loosen these guys up, put these in here, and you'll be ready to connect to a power station. Let's see if there's any tools in here. Yes. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so you want to see what else comes in the kit. A lot of additional connectors, additional points here, clamp down points, very helpful. Check your connectors. In my case, I want to snug one up a little bit more. Just push this positive in. Let's use the trunk here to push it in for me. Okay, good. Now for the output. Same process. Alright, so that's all connected up. I'm going to flip the breaker on now. Might be a good mounting spot. Just remember, I forgot to snug this down. That's important. Alright, it's almost time to fire this guy up. Let's go ahead and start by getting the app going. And go in here, add device, charger 1. done. You see that here. .6 volts, and this is with the car off. Let's see what other options we have. See if there's any updates. Yep, let's go and perform these updates first. While that's updating, let's go ahead and get this connected. So we're going to use the solar charging cable that came with the unit. In this case, again, we're using the AC60. And all you do is you connect it like you're connecting solar panels to your power station. There's no wrong way to do this. Just go ahead and connect the connectors where they go in. Plug this guy in here. And fire up the car. Car is on. As you can see here, we're currently charging this at 200 watts. Got 12.9 volts coming in, slowly increasing, 27 volts going out. And as you can see, the app itself intelligently figured out just how much power this power station needs and is maximizing the charge rate. I'm going to try something else here. I actually figured out there's a way to tell the Charger 1 which power station you're using. So it's the AC60. I should have done that first. Adjusted to 28 volts. Let's go and connect that up, see if that makes a difference. See how things are leveling out. 14.1 volts in. 28 volts out of the Charger 1, slowly increasing the charging rate to the AC60. Leveling out again about 200 watts. That's perfect. I'd say success. All right. There you have it, the Charger 1 by BLUETTI, DC to DC fast charging of your BLUETTI power station. So what do I like about it? The kit comes with almost everything you need. All the cables, if you do the full package, connectors. It's pretty simple to install. The benefits of installing this vehicle, the trunk containing the battery and also being the location I wanted to store the device. So not a lot of cables to run through the vehicle, but definitely enough cable comes with the vehicle to run it through the vehicle if your battery is, say, in the front and you want to charge in the back. Maybe what I dislike, didn't come with a fuse. So I have passed this feedback along to BLUETTI. Hopefully they will add a fuse in the future. I know right now they selected a circuit breaker, but I think it's important to have that fuse close to the battery. If something goes wrong, you want to cut it off as close to the battery as possible before something big happens. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for watching Solar with Sanjay. I'm Sanjay. And again, the BLUETTI Charger 1. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.